We may now have proof that Lindsay Clancy did not take the life of her kids, because there is no way for her to have strangled her youngest son and for her body to have been 82 degrees. It is impossible. Here's why. So during the trial, Patrick said he left his house at 5:15, but we know he sent his work email at 5:24 through something he called Surface Pro. Surface Pro is a 2-in-1 hybrid computer, kind of like a tablet that transforms into a laptop. This is important. Reddington then later asks him, "You sent the email from where?" And he says, "My laptop," but then later hesitates and says, "Maybe it was from my phone." But we know it was sent from his laptop, and his laptop was pinged at his home at that time, putting Patrick at his home at 5:24 p.m. And the drive from his home to CVS is 3 to 4 minutes, and we saw him walk through the doors of CVS at 5:32 p.m., meaning he left his home earliest at 5:25 and latest at 5:29. At 5:33, he calls Lindsay saying they're out of stock of the Pedialex and he's going to get the generic brand, which we know is a lie because after looking at the evidence photos, you can see through the bag that he actually got the Pedialex. And a minute later at 5:34 is when Lindsay calls him back, putting her at the top floor of the house at that time, and we don't know where she went after that, giving her about 5 to 10 minutes max from when Patrick left until that phone call. And the toxicology report said that at this time, she had 2 times the recommended levels of Seroquel in her system, which would cause heavy sedation and make it hard for anyone to even move. And a minute later at 5:35 would have been the earliest time that Lindsay could have jumped. Patrick then left the restaurant at 5:55, and it's a 10 to 12 minute drive from the restaurant to his house, meaning he could have got there anytime between 6:05 to 6:07. Patrick then calls 911 at 6:11 after claiming to have trouble calling them, which is not possible with 911. He also said he heard Lindsay talking when everyone else said she was nonverbal at this point, but that's a different story. First responders then arrived at 6:15 and their youngest son, Callan, the 8-month-old, got to the ER sometime between 6:30 and 6:40. And 10 minutes after Callan arrived, they were able to revive his heartbeat. Callan was 8 months old, and the longest an infant at his age can go without a heartbeat is 20 to 30 minutes. That's very rare, and in special cases, 45 minutes. So if they were able to revive his heartbeat at 6:40, 30 minutes before that would be 6:10, but Patrick would have been home at that time and seen what was happening. So let's just say it happened 45 minutes before at 5:55 when Patrick wasn't home. The only problem is that would only give Lindsay 12 minutes to do that to her kids, run upstairs, jump out the window, and for her body to get to 82 degrees, which is impossible. Because the minimum amount of time it would take a woman her age to get to that temperature is 45 minutes to 4 hours, and that is severe conditions. One claim is that she jumped right after getting off the phone with Patrick, but that wouldn't make sense either because she would have had to have done that to her